Hello, sixth graders and any parents that happen to be watching this video for kind of an introduction of our first week here of remote learning. In this video, I'm going to go through a little bit of what the work is this week as an overview, but I would like to start with kind of just in general how I have organized where to get my work, um, how I've suggested chunking the work into smaller sections throughout the week, since it's all posted on there today for the entire week about how to kind of break it down so that it's not completely overwhelming. And then thirdly, how you're going to see what you receive in terms of earning your grades and how you're going to find out what those grades are, where to look for them, besides obviously Infinite Campus. So that's kind of the agenda here for this video. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible to go through. Again, kids, as you're watching this, if your parents are home and helping you with homeschooling and stuff, and you are going to turn to them for help with things, I think it's important that they kind of understand how each class works. So I'm sure many of your teachers are doing videos like this today. I would encourage you to have your parents watch those as well so they have an idea of how this is going to work. And then obviously as we move forward into multiple weeks probably of us having to do this, everyone will be kind of on the same page and understand exactly what it is that you're expected to do, how you're going to find the work, how you're going to turn it in, how it's going to get graded, and all those little details that are new to us because that's part of this. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and start and talk a little bit about to begin where you're going to find the work and how I've chunked it for you on Google Classroom so that you know. So on Google Classroom, besides obviously the link to this video that you're watching now, also posted on there will be the link to my Google Meet so that you can, and I will try to always keep that up at the top for my office hours from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock Monday through Friday for me, if you need to pop on and ask me questions. But then you will also see how I've kind of chunked the assignments out. So one of the first things that you'll see on there, which I don't have on here right now, is the doc with this post, the doc that kind of gives you a table of what it is that you're supposed to be working on through each of the days. And then here it is broken down for you here. As you see that I have the work in 3 different posts. Okay, and I'm trying to break it down for the most part into 3 posts a week is my goal. So like this week I have stuff for you to do for Monday and Tuesday. So you kind of split that stuff up to work on for both Monday and Tuesday, then for Wednesday and Thursday, and then for Friday. Okay? And so that's where all of the assignments will be. And when you click on them, it'll go through and it will give you the directions of kind of the order of what to go through to do it. And then any of the docs that you need will be there for you to be able to get there. Okay? Now, make sure when you're finished that you are hitting the turn in button on the work that is going to be graded. So let's talk about what the work is that's going to be graded. And how are you going to know that? Well, that's going to come from this first introduction video that I give you for the week and the rubric. And so kind of let me go through now and show you what that looks like. So on Google Classroom, you can also see under this Remote Learning Week 1 post that there's this rubric here. Let's go through and talk about this here because we have not used these before in class, and this is how you're going to see what it is that I'm grading and what the expectation is and what your grades are for each of the things each week. So for this first week, there will be 4 things that are going to be graded, and that's going to be in that document that shows the breakdown for you. And so one is completing your class notes, another one is watching an Edpuzzle, and then there are 2 sim labs that you're going to be completing throughout the week. So for the first 2, they're just completion grades, like doing your notes. And so 5 points for completing everything with 100% accuracy, 3 points for mostly completed, not completed at all, 0. Okay, and so then you'll get your score out of 5. Edpuzzle, same thing. 100% completion, 5 points. That means you watch the entire video, right? 3, then 0, and you'll see your score out of 5. And then for the Sims, they're going to be graded for accuracy. And so these are 10 points each. and this will happen for throughout the next couple of weeks when there is something that I'm grading for accuracy. You won't see a range on a rubric like you're used to, like a 5, 3, 0. You'll see the 100% mark, and then you'll see 0. And so the first part is the range. And so what this will let me do is, let's say that you missed 2 questions. So I can literally put an 8 out of 10 and give you 8 in this category here. Okay, so instead of doing 15 different categories, or I guess in this case 10 different categories, each one being 1 point less, there's just one category here for 10 points. And like it says, you will earn a score between 1 to 10 points based on how accurately you completed the lab. And that score will show here. If you don't do it at all, then obviously you would get this mark of 0 for incomplete. And that's how those work for those two. So that's what will be returned back to you on the following Monday. Okay, on the following Monday. So all of this is not due until a week from today on that Monday. And so when that stuff is turned in, I will then grade it all through next week. And then that following Monday, you will see that you'll have this returned to you and you'll see what your scores are. Now, along with that, I'm also going to be putting things into Infinite Campus. Okay, so here is the remote learning week 1 doc that I kind of referenced to you earlier here. And I wanted to just show you how I spelled this out. So this doc is also posted on Google Classroom with all the introduction stuff for remote learning week 1. Again, I put a link to this video that you're watching, so obviously you don't need to click that again, but I'm just trying to get it in all kinds of places for you and your parents to see. And then here's how I suggest chunking up the week in terms of what to complete on what days. And I clearly laid out for you what are the 4 things that I am going to grade this week that were shown to you in the rubric, and then how many points each of those assignments are. And then here is the breakdown. Okay, now, again, it's also for you here in Google Classroom, like it shows here, okay, where it shows Friday and it shows you what to do and on your stream, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's in a number of places for you and should be very clear. And again, you don't have to follow this, but I just, for a sense of routine, the way I kind of thought about, well, if I'm going to give you about 20 to 30 minutes per day, this is what I would be thinking that you would be working on each day of the week. That's kind of how I figured out the time for all the assignments. So that's why I have it chunked like this, and I think that would make it the easiest for you. Again, everything is not due until the following Monday, which will be at 9 a.m. And that's when the next stuff will be posted for the next week. And so that's how it works for each of the weeks that we're doing this. And who knows how long we're going to be doing this. So besides that rubric that you'll get back, that's going to show you what you scored for each of whatever's due for the week. But then each one of those parts of the rubric, since they're each their own separate assignment, each one of those will be put into Infinite Campus as a separate grade. So let's say that you get 3 of the 4 things done and you have 1 of the things missing. I'm not going to put an incomplete for the entire week because you have most of it done. So it'll be like this first week, there's 4 assignments. There's going to be 4 things then put into Infinite Campus a week after they're due. Okay? So that's how the grading is going to work. That shows you how you should find your assignments. It shows you how I think the best way is to chunk them and some of the resources that I'm going to have for you. Now, when we get into some of the assignments and things, there will be more specific directions for those for each of those assignments. Like for this week, when you get into those sim labs, on the sim labs page will be links to some videos that help you go through and understand how to do the labs, as well as maybe some additional reading content in there to make sure that you're just getting as much of the content as possible. Besides my class notes and doing a sim, doing a reading, that's what I'm going to try to do for all the major concepts of the unit. So if you have questions, make sure you reach out to me. Let me know. Like I said that day before we left, the last day of school, the biggest thing with this is to understand that we're learning about this, and so I'm trying it this week. next week this might, we might go through the week and it might not work great, and so next week I change the way I organize it. You guys might have a hard time with something. The best thing though is for communication. Okay, I'm gonna do my job and communicate with you guys. I promise you guys that. But I need you guys to promise to me as well that if you are having issues or something isn't working, that you let me know. And I know all of your teachers would appreciate that. Just show us that you're trying to do the work, and you're not just sitting at home playing games or just blowing all the work off. So please show us that you're putting in the effort, and we'll be flexible and work with you as long as we know that you're trying. Okay? So hopefully, I'll see lots of you on the Google Meets throughout the next couple of days. I look forward to seeing your faces, to see how you're doing, to see what you've been up to, and I can fill you in a little bit more of what we've been doing here with Owen and Gracie and my wife. Not much, but a lot of playtime with the little guy. So I hope everyone's doing well. All right, take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.